I got what they call a warm-up, which is a big deal because it was like good money, which is still good money actually. And I did a warm-up for a show called Carlucci's Department with Jimmie, Coco, Jose Perez, Candy Azar, and it was a great idea. I'm surprised it hasn't been done since then. Unemployment office. It's about unemployment office and just the wacky people that hang out there, come in there, and they work there, but it was like, you know, people who were homeless, this, that, and it was just crazy people who worked there. I did the warm-up for that show. And the casting director for Norman Lear at that time, Tandem Productions, Pat Kirkland, they were casting that show, but they were also casting our show, Good Times. She saw me, thank goodness, doing my warm-ups. I was getting some big laughs, huge laughs. And some people actually said, funnier than Carlucci's Department. So she said to me, she said, do you want to do a sitcom? And I go, yeah, let's do a sitcom. So she said, we're doing a sitcom called Good Times. Esther Roll, who's on Maude, is the star of the show. Do you want to be on the show? I said, yeah. And at that time, I still believe this to this day, everyone lies. So people say, you want to do this, we're doing that, we're doing, you always go, yeah, give me a call. When it happens, it happens. And like 3 weeks later, she came and she said, this show is happening. I'm bringing Norman Lear out, etc. So I met Norman Lear. And Norman Lear, I did not know who Norman Lear was. So I'm saying, who's this cat? What has he got to say? At that time, he was like the hottest, biggest, whatever producer. And he says, well, we're doing a show. We're going to cast you in the show. You have the show. You're in the show. We saw your stand-up. You're great. You're this. We're coming to the Improv to see you. We heard you work there. We're coming out. So they came down to the Improv. Luckily, again, big laughs. So they said, you're on the show. And I didn't believe them. So I just went on about doing my business. So then they called me like 3 weeks later and they go, we're doing the show. Let's go. And they sent me a contract, the whole deal. I got a lawyer, and I still didn't go. I signed the contract and I left, and I just went. And I was in South Dakota doing a date. They called me like at 1 o'clock in the morning and go, hey man, you had a plane to Los Angeles. What's up? You weren't on the plane. I go, well, I didn't think it was happening. He said, get on the plane. It's happening. So I got on the plane, came out to the coast, and the first table read we ever had, I'm reading at the table, and everybody's there. You know, Norman, the network, all the producers and everything. And when you read around the table, it's always strange because people laugh like at things that you go, what's happening? So like somebody went, you know, and then we went to the house, and somebody just started laughing, probably one of the writers who wrote it. And I went to the guy next to me and said, man, that sucks. What's this guy laughing at? And it was Norman Lear I was talking to. And Norman looked at me like I was insane. And I said, man, what's this about? What's this show about? He said, this is not that funny, man. So then the executive producer called me over. He says, you know, we understand that you're from the stand-up world and you have, you know, different opinions, but please keep them under control because we don't, you know, people work hard on this stuff, and you could see that. And the room was full of people. Like, people, you know, they don't like their work being attacked. Right. So I wasn't attacking. I'm just used to being a comic, and being a comic, people tell you stink all the time. I mean, it's just a constant thing. You can finish a show, and people go, you're great, and then somebody will go, saw the show, man, you sucked. So you're just used to, I mean, being a comic, people just are very verbal with you. And then you read in a paper about yourself, and people go, the worst act ever.